All right, TM3, Chapter 1, General Information, Equivalent Description and Theory of Operation. All right, general information. Type of TM 3805261100. Sorry, 2 and 3 TM 53805261110. Top of the manual. Manual for using the operating performance operating maintenance of the 130G series grade of the equipment of the manual of the model of the number of the grade of the motorized diesel engine driven the heavy commercial for the construction equipment of the model of the 130G, 130G NS, 130G NSC, 130GS, and 130GSCE. Purpose of the equipment of the 130GS series grade of is rough enough for the finish grade, low in the high bank sloping, the flagging with the V ditching, scarifying bituminous from the road mixed with the snow, with the removal of the mission support, with the include the construction, the maintenance of the road airfield, with the hard stand, the drainage site preparation for the pipeline, and river and crossing, maintenance for the forms required of the report, Department of the Army Force with the procedure for the equipment below for the DAPAM 738075 functional user manual for the Army maintenance management system, or containing the maintenance manual update, the reporting the equipment improvement, the recommendation for the greater of the need for the improvement, let us know for the incentives and equipment environmental recommendations. You for the you the user are the only one who can tell us who what and do not like about your equipment. Let us know why you don't like the design performance of the button in the standard form 368 production product quality deficiency report mailed to the U.S. Commander of the U.S. Army Taken Automotive Armaments Command attend AMSTA ACNML the Rock Island, Illinois 612997630 supply when supplies reply. Corrosion prevention control. The corrosion prevention control of the Army's materials is continuing important for the important of the corrosion problem of the items to report the problems from the corrected improvements can be made to prevent the problem from the future items. While corrosion is typically associated with the rusting of the metals, it can also be the deterioration of the materials such as rubber and plastic used in cracking, softening, swelling, of the breaking of the materials may cause the corrosion problem. If the corrosion problem is identified, it can be reported with the using the standard form 368 with the product quality deficiency report. Use the keyword for the corrosion, rust, deterioration, cracking will ensure the information identified with the corrosion control, corrosion prevention control problem. The form should be submitted with the address for the specified DAPAM 738750. Threat nuclear biological chemical contamination 130G series grade incorporated of the CARC painted exterior materials used with the machine or metal, rubber, plastics, and fabric and glass. In the event of the NBC contamination, the combination with the surface of material are listed in the FM field manual 3.5 with the NBC decontamination. The decontamination procedure with referred to the field manual 3.7 with the new NBC field handbook. Electromagnetic pulse exposure. The components listed is designated with electromagnetic pulse. Suspectability may be designed electromagnetic pulse exposure. The machine is exposed to the electromagnetic pulse incidental and verify the proper operation repairs are necessary. Ozone depleting substance listed to provide required activity to destruction of Army material, prevent enemy use of the destruction of Army material, with preventing an enemy use of the TM 7502443. Preparation for shipment. The preparation shipment procedure referred to the WP 001700. List of abbreviation acronyms for the ASME Y 14.381999 for the standard abbreviations. BI basic issue item. CID cubic inch displacement. CM centimeters. COEI components of an end item. CPC corrosion prevention control. EIRS equipment improvement of recommendations. EMP an electromagnetic pulse. EMS electric monitoring system. GCWR gross compounding gross combination weight rating. GVWR gross vehicle weight rating. ISO International Organization Standardization. KG kilogram, KM kilometer, KP kilopascals, kphr kilometers per hour, L liter, lb ft foot pound, mph miles per hour, m meter, millimeter. NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NBC nuclear biological chemical, and M Newton meter, PMCS preventive maintenance check services, ROPS rollover protective structure, and TOW and MTOW, the table of organization equipment, modified table of organization equipment, and work page. Alright, equipment description and data. Equipment characteristics, capabilities, and features. Characteristics of 130G series grade of the 5 of the Army. The capability of the roughing, the finishing grade, low, high bank with sloping, the flat, and V ditching, the scarfing, bituminous road mixes, snow removal, mission support report roles, roles include the construction maintenance of the road and the airfield, hard stands, drainage site preparation for the pipeline river for the crossing of the 130G series grader has excellent maneuver availability, faster than precise blade control with a drift supervisor availability, conceived with safety with a true sit down operation. No, throughout this manual, some of the titles call out with a description file with the model name and parentheses that indicate with the statement that apply with the specific model, but the model is not shown, but the statement is applied with all 130G series grade models. There are 5 models with the 130G series grade. Seems a model difference chart within the work with the page. The main difference between these models, the two can be sectionalized. 130GS and 130GS CE. These sectionalized sections, 130G, 130GNS, 130GNS CE, sectionalized within the process separating the machine into two halves for the purpose of the air transport. Refer to WP001800, WP001900. No, refer to the equipment data for the end of the work page, machine dimension, weight of fluid capacity for the other miscellaneous equipment of the 130GS series that can be transported to trailer, rail, aircraft, marine vessel. The following list for the capabilities featured for the Caterpillar 3304 turbocharged diesel engine, 4 inline cylinders, sectionalization, air transportation, 130GS, 130GS CE for either starting 8, single lever the full power shift transmission, 6 forward and 6 reverse speeds, rollover protection structure, enclosed operator compartment over the ROSPC, or rollover protection surfaces, V-type front mounted scarifier supplemental steering differential lock and cannot reduce the wheel slippage with a high traction is required. Articulated frame with a front wheel layer lean steering, the electrical monitoring steam system, EMS, engine capability, 12-foot blade with a manual with a hydraulic slide shift, the NATO slave with a receptacle. Model differences chart. The following charts will be listed operational visual between the 130G engine models and component with the differences known. The sectionalization, non-sectionalization, closed cab. All right, your CC 130G is everything is non-sectionalized and closed cab with blade flow function, scaffold shank for the storage rack, upper lower with the windshield wiper, the defroster fan with the dome light, the exterior mirror, the heater, cab door, latches, sound suppression panels. Alright, your Type 1 model has the national non-sectionalized and scafer shank storage rack. 130 GNSCE, the non-sectionalized and the scafer shank, the storage rack. 130 Type 2, 130 GS, sectionalized remote control attachment. 130 GSCE, the sectionalized remote control attachment. Okay, look at the description of the major parts of the components. Alright, 1 is your wheel lean lock pin, okay? 2 is the toolbox. 3 is the operating compartment. 4 is the air cleaner. 5 is the blade. 5 is the blade. 5 is the anti-pivot pin. 6 is the blade. 6 is the blade. 7 is the cutting edge. 8 is the scarifier. And then we're going to zoom back in and read the description. The wheel lock pin with the wheel itself with the lock, wheel lean with the cross of the crossbar with the front axle, the toolbox contained with the items listed with the basic issue item list. Operator compartment with the model 130G CCE shown. The location of the operator controlled entry the door for the both sides allow for the operator to be sitting in the standing of the position while operating with the machine. Air cleaner remove the debris from the entering of the engine with the anti-pivot pin prevents the articulation joint from moving the using during the transportation blade with the hydraulically controlled with the replacing cutting edge replacing the edge of the blade. The scarifier has 11 removable shank sheet with the breaking up the material. Locations and description of major components. Alright, 9 is your rear work light, 10 is your fuel tank fill cap, 11 is the center shift, 12 is the end bit, 13 is the blade circle, 14 is the fuse box, 15 is the tandem housing, 16 is the radiator, 17 is the service stop tail lights, 18 is the parking turning signal. And then we're going to move back in and read what those were. Alright, the rear work light with the provided light toward the rear of the machine. Fuel tank fill cap with the remove and fill the fuel tank contains the dipstick with the fuel level of the track with the center shift. Allow for the center point of the blade to be shifted outward. Either side provides more blade reach. End bit with the place the outer edge for the blade and replaceable outer edge for the blade circuit. Circle mounting the system with a blade that provides 90 degree with a horizontal blade rotation with both direction. Fuse box that provides access for the fuse hub and the driver gears of the tandem wheel with the sword for the cooling engine cooling and the service stop tail lights turns on the surface light and switch on the surface brake pedal. Parking and turning signal serve the parking lights and flash indicate the direction motion is turning. All right, this one is 19 is your blackout driving light when you use the operating of the black mode. 20 is the front working light. 21 is the headlights. 22 is the cab turn signals. 23 is the hydraulic tank fill cap. 24 is exhaust stack. 25 is the fuel tank. 26 is the black stop out tail light. When operating with the blackout mode, 27 the grab handle provides a handhold engine compartment access door, provides access to the left side of the engine of the compartment. And 29 is your steps provide footholds for the entry of the operator compartment. All right, 30 is your front towing pin. 31 is your scare for shack rank. 30 shank rack. 32 scare for hydraulic cylinder. 33 blade height hydraulic cylinder. 34 side view mirror. 35 front wipers. 130G only wipe windshield. 36 battery box houses the battery. 37 blade swing hydraulic provides slide to side blade adjustment. 38 scare for link rod uses the adjustable heighting setting. All right, 39 is your grab handle, provides a handhold. 40 for the engine compartment access door, to provide access to the right side of the engine from the cabinet door. 41 rear wiper, 130G only with wipes the rear window. 42 fuse box equipped to provide access to the fuse. 43 blade slide hydraulic extend the retract of the blade horizontally. 44 battery box has the batteries. 45 is the rear towing pin attaching pivot point for the towing. Location and description of the major components continued. 48 and 46, air dryer equipped and remove the moisture from the air. 47 of the control boxes, GS and GSCE models control the rear section of the machine as sectionalized. The 48 toolbox, if equipped, under storage locations of the tool. Our equipment data, length overall of 27.4 feet, power section, sectionalized 10.5 feet, forward sectionalized 19.6 feet, overall 12 foot, wheel to wheel outside 7.9 foot and 7.95 inch feet, wheelbase 19.4 feet, height at the top of the rollover the protective structure from the 10.1 feet, and the top of the exhaust stack of the 10.5 feet, model with the 130 GCE 31,500 pounds, the G1 model GNS and GNS CE 3150 540 pounds, model G130 GS 130 GSCE 31,870 pounds, maximum travel speed 24.5 miles an hour. Turbo width curb to curb 48 feet with an engine manufacturer Caterpillar Incorporated model 3304, horsepower 135 horsepower. Engine RPM low idle 960 to 980 RPMs. Engine RPM high idle 2,250 to plus or minus 50 RPMs. Cylinders 4, displacement 425 cubic inch displacement, 6.9 liters. Fuel system direction inject. Cooling system thermostatic complete operation 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Main type of the manufacturer and thermal transmission manufacturer Caterpillar Incorporated type 6 speeds forward, 6 reverse. Range inspection the signal of the directed power shift. Front axles type arc bar solid steel. Ground clearance 24 inches. Wheel lean angled 18 degrees left to the right. Rear axles type and then tandem type full floating forward steel tandem axle spacing 5 foot. Surface brakes type the 4-wheel oil disc air actuated dual circuit air system non adjusted parking brake type the multiple oil disc located with the transmission case spring enabled air disengaged. Tires type tubeless, size 13.00 to 24 with 10 PR traction type, inflation 35 psi, section hydraulic adjustable steering console, turning radius 24 feet, supplemental power steering electric, fuel tank 75 gallons, radiator 10 gallons, engine crankcase 5 gallons, hydraulic system 18 gallons, transmission and differential 1 gallons, tandem housing accessory 17 gallons, electrical batteries quantity 2 voltage each, 12 volt, system voltage 24. Blade range circle center shift the right and 20 and a half foot, and the left on 22 and a half foot, 25 and a half foot. Blade side shift manual right and the 15 inches and the left none. Hydraulic right and the 26 and a half inch feet. Left 20 foot and a half. Right blade lift 17 17 and a quarter inch. Blade shoulder reach to the maximum frame straight with a 1.25 feet when grab positions 9.21 feet. Maximum depth cut 17 and 3/4 of an inch. Hydraulic blade type forward 40 degrees, rearward 5 degrees. End of the work package. Alright, introduction. The greater consists of the following functional system: the engine, powertrain with the air brake system, with the electrical system, the steering, hydraulic system, the work package explained, but how the system components of the machine work together, the functional description provided for each of the major components of the system. The 130G series grade with all-purpose medium-sized wheel vehicle with the view of the spreading of the even with the various of the manual, the dirt and stone, and the stand with the power of the Caterpillar in four-cylinder direct inject with the diesel engine, hydraulically operated implements allow the blade to position the forward, backward grading of the ditch with the embankment, the grading of the allow snow removal, the scare fire, allow losing completely the material rating prior to the grading of the front with the leaning wheel of the frame, articulation provided with the maximum maneuverable. Only the 130G model has been in the sound suppression with the roll of protective structure with the cab, the insulation, heat of the window, which allow with all the weather operation. Hence, in general, the greater the scope of the Caterpillar 3304 with the turbocharged diesel engine with the four inline cylinders generating the 135 horsepower with the 2200 RPM. The fuel system diesel engine drawn with the tank with the fuel transfer pump, filtered with the primary fuel filled with the rotor with the fuel injection pump with the secondary filled with through the injected through the fuel injector nozzle with the engine cylinders. Air is drawn through the dry type with the replacement filter elements. Dust injector removed with the income of the dust for the air for the move out through the exhaust system. Cooling system provides cooling for the engine, coolant with the circulated through the engine with the air driven the water pump, the hydraulic oil cooler with the logo of the front radiator, the engine transmission of the oil cooler is mounted on the left side of the engine. For a lubricating system, the engine lubricating system consists of the gear-driven oil pump, the oil filter, oil cooler, oil pan. The engine is lubricated by cooled and pressurized oil with the circulated through the engine block and head. Exhaust system. The exhaust system removes the exhaust gap of the engine through the exhaust manifold and turbocharged with the gas flow with the exhaust pipe with the muffler atmosphere above the cab. The power transmission. The powertrain of the transmission 6-speed with provided with the both forward and reverse transmission modulator pedal and disengage the transmission for the drive wheels. The pedal provides with limited movement with closed quarter movement. The final drive, the assembly axle shaft with the turn of the planetary gear with the final drive sprocket to the turn of the rear wheel, the spin with the driving chamber inside of the tandem axle, housing the rear axle differential, locking differential, the four-wheel tandem rear axle, the arrangement housing the axle shell is driven by a lock unlock, the equip the differential, the action shaft, the turning with the final drive, the sprocket like chamber through the planetary reductions, gears, sprocket chamber, the driving sprockets, spindles, and wheels. Your air brake systems. Generally air-driven two-cylinder air pressure with the mount with the left side and front forward side with the engine provided with the air pressure with the surface brake with the dual section air with the reserve connected with the airlines mount with the under the rear of the machine and the governor controlled with the pressure. Alright, this show these starting from surface brake and then the spindle housing air reserve air dried equipped with the emergency brake actuator, the air compressor, the surface brake control pedal, brake treadle valve, and the emergency brake control valve by the chair. Surface brake, the foot pedal operated with the valve with the cab direct for the air pressure for the airline that's engaged in the multiple oil disc brake with the sum of each of the wheel, the tandem spindle housing, the parking emergency brake with the multiple oil disc located in the transmission camera manually actuated with the forward move of the red left with the transmission control, the console lever engages the parking brake to activate the transmission neutral lock with the prevent the machine brake spring and engage with the air and disengage can be with emergency stopping if the air supply fails. The emergency braking dual air system provides separate the circuit with each of the tandem circuit with the malfunction with the one circuit with the leave with the remaining circuit with at least half of the original braking capacity. Electrical system. The electrical system consists of the two 12-volt batteries connected with the series with the negative ground, providing 24 volts to the operating electrical system with components. The system contains the necessary switch, circuit breaker, the fuse with the relays, harnesses, and contactors to operate with the machine, including the NATO slave receptacle. The major system comprising electrical system are starting system, charging system, monitoring system panel with the surface work on the blackout lights. Hydraulic system. Generally, the hydraulic variable displacement pump the assembly with the mount with the under of the cab. The shaft driven with the engine with the variable displacement rear sections. Rolls oil from the hydraulic tank provides the oil flow for steering of the articulation when the wheel leaning air to move the components of the constant displacement. The section circulates the oil with the reserve through the air tank through the cooler with the filter and the steering that's starting and the steering of the system. Steering cylinder. There are two steering cylinders mounted with the front axle for the turn of the front wheels of the cylinders provided with the hydraulic system control with the steering wheel pump with the steering wheel pump and the steering wheel. Alright, wheel lean cylinder. The wheel lean cylinder is mounted with the rear right side with the front axle provided with the hydraulic system controlled by the lever that operated with the compartment of the function of the wheel cylinder is in the C. Set by the front wheel with the angle of the counterband blade pressure associated with the sideways from the front wheel to one with the grading of the move with the heavy material with the wheel lean cylinder allowed to the front wheel the angle to prevent the front from the machine from slipping sideways and downward when the machine is moving across the slope. Earth movement equipment, the scaffolding height with the blade of rotation from the tilt and side shift with the turn shift the angle are hydraulically powered controlled by levers operated with the compartment. End of work package. Chapter 2, Operator Instructions.